The following program contains shocking challenges to Republicans. If you suffer from blind party loyalty, this show might not be right for you. Check with the Tea Party leader.
Speaking the truth when others hold their tongues. Wrestling for justice with left-wingers and crocodiles. Resisting the temptation to keep the peace at any price. The only talk show host who writes his own theme music, Randall Terry.
Hello, friend. Welcome to the Voice of Resistance, one day before Super Tuesday. We've got a lot to talk to you about today. We have an interview, an exclusive interview, with the state senator in Oklahoma who made such a buzz by her incredibly obscene sign. And Iran. Oh, yes, Iran. And Mitt Romney. Did he actually steal a delegate? I don't even know what to think about this. Today's program brought to you in part by Ahmadinejad, just crazy enough and just weird enough looking so that the Israelis want to kill him. And by Mitt Romney, winning the Republican nomination one stolen delegate at a time. I'll be right back after a quick word from my friend, Rusty Cowpoke. Rusty, fix your lip, dude. Botox.
What's America coming to? We've lost Barney Frank. You know, that trusted congressman who was always there to make sure that we'd be a socialist nation, to enslave our kids and to debt and to the Chinese government. What are we gonna do without Paul Barney Frank?
Hello, friend. Welcome to the show. I am broadcasting to you from Oklahoma, where I am in the primary against President Obama. Oh, not many more shows from here. I'm ready to go home. Stay tuned to this show as the days go on, because we do have Ann Coulter coming here, and we will play portions of her speech on this program. I promise you it's going to be great. Later on in today's program, an exclusive interview with Dan Skirbitz, who is at the tip of the spear for the Personhood Amendment here in Oklahoma. He did a great job in his interview with me. Frankly, I was impressed, and I'm happy to play that interview for you. All right, a couple of quick news items. As you know, Mitt Romney won the Michigan primary by 4 points. What most people don't know is that the state is divided up winner take all by congressional district. Okay? So what that means is Rick Santorum won 7 congressional districts. He gets 2 delegates each. Mitt Romney won 7 congressional districts, so he gets 2 delegates each, so they both get 14. Then there's 2 at-large delegates in the state. Those at-large delegates were supposed to be evenly divided between the 2 top people if nobody got 50%. So, since Mitt Romney did not get 50%, each of them should have gotten 15 delegates, okay? Well, the Rules Committee or some portion of the Republican Party in Michigan, after the election, decided to change the rules and give Mitt Romney both at-large delegates. In other words, they cheated. Imagine having a football game, and after the game is over, you change the rules so that you can have a winner that wasn't the winner during the game. That's what Mitt Romney's people have done. We'll see how that plays out, because there are people in Michigan that are saying, hey, you want to change the rules? We can play that game. Conservatives control large portions of the Republican Party, especially at the state level. And if you really want to change the rules as we go, we'll change them so that Mitt Romney doesn't get any delegates. Do you want to play hardball? We're ready to play hardball. Huh? All right, speaking of hardball, let's move on. Iran in the news, of course. President Obama says, as the President of the United States, I don't bluff. That was funny. You're bluffing. No, you are bluffing that you don't bluff. He's bluffing that he doesn't bluff. Israel is about to do some advanced testing on their Iron Dome, all right? And by the way, before I go there, I just want to say, nana nana boo-hoo to all of the people who mocked President Reagan for Star Wars because he said, I want to build a missile defense system. Well, the Israelis, launching from some of our technology, have in fact built a missile defense system that shoots missiles out of the air. And now they're going to the next level. This, of course, has people very nervous that they are in fact preparing to attack Iran. All right? As I discussed with you in an earlier program, Israel has said to the United States, we're not going to tell you when we attack. We're just going to do it. Well, if that in fact does happen, they are expecting, as they should, retaliatory strikes from Iran, perhaps from other Islamic nations, and they intend to be able to shoot a large portion of those missiles out of the sky. It's scary brinksmanship, I admit it. But nevertheless, Israel is right, in my opinion, if they were to launch a preemptive strike, or some people would call it a preventive strike, to keep Iran from obtaining nuclear weapons. And for those of you who don't know your history, I want you to think back 32 years, 1980, 1981, when Menachem Begin was the prime minister of Israel, and he ordered the Iraqi nuclear reactor destroyed. When we went in Gulf War I, or Gulf War II for that matter, but in Gulf War I, we would have faced a nuclear-armed Iraq if it was not for Israel taking out the reactors in what is called in international diplomacy philosophy books, it's called a preventive strike. If it wasn't for the Israelis doing a preventive strike, God only knows, we would have faced a nuclear-armed Iraq. All right, on to a quick little thing to end this segment out. I talked to you about Judy McIntyre, the state senator from Oklahoma, who caught a lot of people's attention and caught a lot of ire because she held up a very obscene sign in reaction to the personhood amendment. Obviously, I don't agree with what she did. But I admire somebody who's either that courageous or that stupid. I think she had a little bit of guts. She's backpedaling like crazy. I was at the state capitol the other day, and there she was. So, being the gentleman that I am, I stuck the camera in front of her, or the microphone in front of her, and did a quick interview. I did not torment her. I wanted her to have a chance to explain herself. Here's the interview. I'm with Senator McIntyre, who is the minority whip.
Yes.
Who made quite a stir around the state with a very incendiary postcard, actually a placard. Are you catching heck for it?
Surprisingly, I am not. I have received so many emails of support from all over the country, and what's most surprising, small cities in Oklahoma. Now, if I were to say, give a number, I would say out of 10, 2 are negative. And that's what's really surprising, because I just knew I was going to be inundated with all of that. Sure. Now, when I read the Tulsa World comments after the story, there was a lot more there. But what I'm getting, now there's been telephone calls, and my assistant, when I came in, she was crying today because I guess somebody had been rude, and I was like, hey, those kind of things are going to happen.
Well, I don't agree with what you said, but I thought it was hysterical. I thought it took guts.
Well, you know what? Actually, what happened is I didn't write the sign.
I didn't think you did. I think
No. I saw the sign out of all those signs, and I thought, this is, I've never seen anything like this. So what I did is I asked the student if she would come and bring me the sign, because I wanted to take a picture of it to show people back home, because I wanted to say, you won't believe this. Well, I took the sign, and in my excitement, really, I forgot my position. I forgot all the cameras were there. And when I realized it within seconds, I thought, well, it's too late. I don't know how this is going to work out. But it wasn't until that evening I got a telephone call, a text. I read my text that the Oklahoman wanted to talk with me, and I thought, oh, I'm not talking about that. I just was holding a sign. But anyway, later, my leader, the Democratic leader, said people are saying, I guess he had gotten some calls, that you had written the sign.
There you have it. I'll be right back with an exclusive interview with the head of the Personhood Amendment here in Oklahoma. Don't go away.
Randall and I were watching a presidential broadcast when he turned to me and said, "How can I express my contempt for this man without using language too foul for broadcast?" I said, "That's easy, Randall. Just say, Johnson is a perfect example of why there's so many more of those than there are of horses."
Hi, Joe Costello here, founder of Kylea Health and Energy. I've been making superb nutritional supplements for over 15 years, and from day one, I've partnered with Randall Terry, helping to fund his invaluable work in reclaiming our country's biblical and godly roots. I want to share with you a product that has changed hundreds of thousands of lives since its inception.
Introducing the Total Living Drinks, Greens and Berry, the ultimate superfood formulas that provide you the 9 essential areas of nutrition your body needs on a daily basis. Each serving of the Total Living Drink provides the life-giving phytonutrients that come from the equivalent of 5 servings of organic vegetables and berries, enzymes for better digestion and nutrient absorption, protein for building lean muscle mass so you can burn more fat for fuel, probiotics for better intestinal function, herbs for building energy and stamina, antioxidants for maximum immune function and disease prevention, and all the vitamins and minerals you need for slowing down aging and maximum health. You would have to take 30 to 40 capsules each day and spend almost $10 a day to match the over 30,000 milligrams of total nutrition in each scoop of the Total Living Drink. Order right now and get started on the amazing Total Living Drink. They come in 2 delicious flavors, Total Living Drink Greens and Total Living Drink Berry. And every single dollar we receive, we give a generous amount to Randall Terry's organization to help further his work and further the kingdom. Visit us online at the address on your screen and receive an online discount or call the toll-free number. Call today, and for the daily price of a latte, you can get back on the road to better health and energy with Kylea's Total Living Drink.
Patrick Henry said, "If we were base enough to desire it, it is now too late to retire from the contest. There is no retreat, but in submission and slavery." Friend, we are losing this country. The contest, the war for the soul of this nation is on. It's too late for us to retire. If we're going to retire, we're going to be slaves. But if we're going to be free, we've got to fight.
To go over the hills and far away to see something good on TV? Stay tuned. There's more Randall Terry. Ow, yeah. Uh-huh. Ow!
Welcome back to the program, friend. The people of Oklahoma are getting ready to introduce an amendment to their Constitution that says a person's a person no matter how small. Horton hears a who, and the voters of Oklahoma hear babies. I had the chance to talk to Dan Skurbitz at the Capitol on the very day that they introduced their language to the Secretary of State. Here is that interview. I'm with Dan Skurbitz in the state capitol of Oklahoma, and in just a few minutes, they're going to submit your petition.
Yes, to the Secretary of State. Today's our kickoff day for our petition drive. We have 90 days to get 155,000 signatures.
Have you ever done this before?
I've never done anything like this before.
Have you thought about hiring professionals to help?
Oklahoma does allow that. So far, we have a great group of volunteers. We're covering the state so far. This is grassroots. It's Oklahoma people. But we'll take any help we can get. If anybody wants to volunteer, you can come to Oklahoma and help us get signatures.
Do you have to live inside the state to collect the signature?
No.
Okay, that's a big help. You know that there are people who support the killing of children that say that this law will, or the referendum will ultimately lead towards making it a criminal act to murder the unborn. What do you say to that?
It is a criminal act to murder the unborn.
So you're prepared to say doctors who kill babies should be prosecuted?
Killing the unborn is a criminal act. All life should be protected, and life cannot be denied without due process.
Women, the mothers.
I'm sorry?
In other words, if it's a criminal act to kill an unborn baby, obviously we're going to prosecute the doctors. What about the mothers seeking to have their child murdered?
Well, yes, if personhood becomes law, abortion will be a crime. That is our goal.
I like this guy. I want you to know there are so few people in the world with brains and backbone, and evidently you've got them. The reason I say that is because there's a lot of pro-life groups that are terrified to say the obvious. It is a criminal act to kill a human being from conception till birth, and therefore everyone must be prosecuted if they're murdering innocent people. Why is this hard to understand?
Yes, and you can ask any group of people who have ever had their human rights denied. It's only the people who profit from denying them their rights that see bad consequences to reaffirming their rights, and they want to try to stop that. It's no different with abortion.
How can people reach you, your website?
It's personhoodoklahoma.com. We have instructions for our petition, how to get it, how to sign it, how to send it back to us. Please go there. Please help us.
There are people in the so-called pro-life movement who I do not believe are pro-life. I'm talking about national right to life, etc., who openly oppose personhood efforts. What resistance have you gotten from those who say that they want to make it a crime to kill a baby, but oppose those efforts that are headed that way?
You know, here in Oklahoma right now, we have a personhood bill in our legislature. And the sponsors of the bill have openly stated that they do not intend it to try to stop any abortion.
That's a tragedy.
They only intend it to be an educational tool to help people see the value of a person. Well, I'm here to tell them pro-life Oklahomans don't need an education anymore about protecting human life. We need action to protect human life. And our so-called pro-life legislators and the groups that lobby them, they want political cover so they can appear to be pro-life. But at the end of the day, there is no meaningful action to protect human life.
Right, no, they oppose it. They oppose the end game. The end game, if we were running a catechism class, we would say, what is the chief end of the pro-life movement? Answer, the chief end of the pro-life movement is to restore the full protection of law to human beings from conception till birth. Or to say it negatively, the chief end of the pro-life movement is to make it a crime to kill a human being from conception till birth. And most of those groups that are playing this game with you, they simply don't support that end.
I look forward to the day when there is no longer a need for pro-life organizations.
Please, God, I want to work myself out of a job.
It's unfortunate. Maybe some people believe that or hope that they always have a job, so to speak, in the pro-life industry. But my hope is that one day there will no longer be a need for this kind of effort.
I have a lecture I'm presenting now to different groups. The pro-life movement became the pro-life establishment. The pro-life establishment became the pro-life industry. The pro-life industry became pro-life collaborators. They're actually collaborating with the child killers by throwing roadblocks in front of us that would prohibit us from reaching the goal of criminalizing child killing.
About a year ago when we started here in Oklahoma, the National Right to Life affiliate and some other pro-life groups said personhood is bad. It's a waste of time, it's not the right time, it's a waste of money. The movement has grown to such an extent that they feel like they need to jump on the bandwagon, so to speak.
Sure, for fundraising purposes, if nothing else.
And so that's why they have come out with this personhood legislation to try to appear to be on the right side of the issue. But I'm hopeful that they really mean what they're saying, and I would invite them to join us in ending abortion. But so far we haven't seen any meaningful progress.
Well, you have legislators like Mike Reynolds who supports you in criminalizing child killing. So you have a mix inside of the legislature.
Yes.
Some that are true blue and some that are looking for political cover from both sides. They want to say, I'm pro-life, look, I supported this bill, and then they want to be able to turn around and say, no, I don't want to criminalize abortion and put moms in jail.
And there are some who are just uncertain about understanding those two issues. Our goal is to try to get everyone pushed as far to the right side of the issue as possible and taking steps that are meaningful. And so that's why the people are rising up.
Good for you. Anything else? Any other words of encouragement to people around the country who may want to try a personhood initiative in their own state?
It can be done. We had just a few families, a few concerned citizens, a pastor, and we had 9 people a year ago got together and said, hey, let's do something. And here we are. We have people all over the state. We mailed out over 25,000 petition packets. It's not us. It's a movement. People are ready. There are passionate people who want to do something that's real.
May God give you great success. Please, God.
Thank you, Randall. Appreciate that.
You're welcome. Back to me. Thank you, Dan. Good job. I'll be right back after this break. Don't go away. We're going to talk to you about politics on the ground. Oh, that must mean something about me.
Hi, Joe Costello here, founder of Kailea Health and Energy. I want to share with you a product that has changed hundreds of thousands of lives.
Introducing the Total Living Drinks, Greens and Berry, the ultimate superfood formulas that provide you the 9 daily essential areas of nutrition your body needs. Each scoop provides the life-giving phytonutrients that come from the equivalent of 5 servings of organic vegetables and berries, probiotics for better intestinal function, antioxidants for disease prevention, and vitamins and minerals for establishing maximum health. Order now and get started on the Total Living Drink. When you do, a generous gift will go to Randall Terry's organization to help further his work and further the kingdom. Order online and receive an online discount or call the toll-free number. Call today and enjoy maximum health and energy.
Man is called a reactionary if he objects to having his property stolen and his wife and children murdered. Sir Winston Churchill. Welcome back, friend. It is I, your servant, Randall. We are here in Oklahoma, as you know, and I am on the ballot in the primary against President Obama. I am not going to win this primary, but I could do well. I could get 5 or 6% of the vote, could get 10 or 15% of the vote. We'll let you know what happens. I have to tell you 2 things. Number one, I invite you to go and do a Google News search on my name, and you will see quite a few stories here in Oklahoma. I have done literally dozens of newspaper interviews, radio interviews, and I have to tell you, number one, I have never seen, I would not even guess that I would see such anger from Democrats to the president. This has been an incredible experience for me. This I will tell you, the Democrats of Oklahoma are more conservative than the Republicans of New York, Massachusetts, probably even more conservative than a lot of the Republicans of Virginia. It has been an incredible experience. And there is a very good chance that Obama will not take more than 70 or 75% of the vote here. There are 5 of us on the ballot for the Democratic primary. Obviously, President Obama has by far the best name recognition, 100%, and the other 3 people that are in the race besides me have virtually no name recognition. How many points will I get? I don't know. But this I know. The journalists here, all right, and I have to be very careful how I say this, but many of the journalists that I have spoken to, many of them Democrats, have told me off the record that they are absolutely appalled at this president. And to my, again, amazement, we have gotten some of the most honest and refreshing news coverage here in the state that I have ever gotten. A lot of you are wondering, why don't I ever see Randall here on my TV set? Because it's not a national news story right now. It's Oklahoma news. And I'm getting a ton of media coverage here. Been pouring my heart out. I want to thank my staff for all their hard work. And again, I ask you for your prayers. I am running not so that I can win, but so that I can be a voice for the babies. I'll be right back with a word from one of our founders.
May the creditors seize all that he has. May strangers plunder the fruits of his toil. Let there be none to extend kindness to him, nor any to pity his fatherless children.
Hi, Joe Costello here, founder of Kailea Health and Energy. I want to share with you a product that has changed hundreds of thousands of lives.
Introducing the Total Living Drinks, Greens and Berry, the ultimate superfood formulas that provide you the 9 daily essential areas of nutrition your body needs. Each scoop provides the life-giving phytonutrients that come from the equivalent of 5 servings of organic vegetables and berries, probiotics for better intestinal function, antioxidants for disease prevention, and vitamins and minerals for establishing maximum health. Order now and get started on the Total Living Drink. When you do, a generous gift will go to Randall Terry's organization to help further his work and further the kingdom. Order online and receive an online discount or call the toll-free number. Call today and enjoy maximum health and energy.